Hello guys, Ivan here, and if you are wondering why I'm sitting here, that's because I'm in the CLA and here is the C Class. So guys, let's start this comparison review. And if you like this content, find it useful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which car out of these is your favorite, or maybe different car. Let me know in the comment section down below. And now let's start the video. So after a popular request from you guys, here I'm comparing the CLA and C Class. So in the first video I compared the C Class and E Class facelift, but here in this video I want to show you the comparison between the C Class and the CLA. So that if you want to buy CLA, you may as well consider the C Class, and vice versa. If you consider C Class, you may consider the CLA, because for the price, for example, of the C Class C300, you can get for the similar price CLA 35, which is AMG. Alright guys, and in this video we are going to take a look at the exterior, interior, and also at all dimensions. So these both cars are in same color and in same spec, and the C Class would be Mercedes-Benz version, not an AMG. So also vice versa, if you are shopping for CLA 35, maybe you can check out the C Class, maybe you can drive it and see for yourself. Maybe the C Class will be a better car for you, even though it's not an AMG. It will be a more comfortable car, and it has newest updates in terms of safety, design, and also in the interior. So that's why I'm shooting this video, because you may consider one car and choose another one. So I think this video will be useful in terms of that. So both of these cars are in AMG line package, as you can see by the design of the front. Especially here CLA has diamond pin grille and C Class has this new MB star grille. So from the close-up you can see it has small MB stars, and CLA has diamond pin grille. Also the C Class has this new design of the AMG line, which has this bumper which is in A shape. So you can see it here like A. Here is also like A, but half A. This is like, we can say, full A. And also these parts on the side. So this car, new C Class, looks the most AMG out of all AMG line package cars of the Mercedes-Benz variants. So yeah, we have also sirens here, everything. You can see here we have air curtains on the side. The same is on the CLA. And you can see also that both of these cars have night package, so great comparison. Also both of these cars are in polar white, so non-metallic gloss white paint. I have this paint also on my A Class. I think it's great paint. It's a basic paint, but I think it works well also with conjunction with night package and of course AMG line. So it's more or less like we can say not classic spec, but modern classic, because classic is like black color, but it's white cars are popular for like 10-15 years. So really great looking in my opinion in white. You can also see that CLA has power domes on the bonnet, also the same as the C Class. The A Class has it only as a 45S or the 45 version, so the top version. Other versions like the 35 or AMG line A Classes don't have these power domes, which give the car more muscular look. Also a huge difference is in the headlights. So the CLA has these like two stripes, one is on the top like an eyebrow and one is on this lower part, and the new C Class has one eyebrow. We can go closer here, so you can see it has one eyebrow and one dot. So remember, C Class has one dot, E Class 2 dots, and 3 dots are for the S Class. So that's the differentiation between these lights. Also in terms of the technology, the C Class has new digital light technology, so it's better than the technology which is in the CLA. Of course, in this example we don't have the best lights. Here we have the high performance LED lights, which are really good, but they don't cut out the light like the multi-beams which are the best lights. I have those on my A-Class, and I think it's must-have on this kind of car. It's not huge additional extra, so I recommend multi-beams for sure. And here in the C-Class you have also high-performance LED or the digital light, so we don't have multi-beam anymore here in the C-Class, so you need to choose if you want LED high performance, which are by the way basic option, like a base option, so you don't have these halogen lights which are like yellow anymore. You have full LED lights also in the base model of the C-Class, which is fantastic in my opinion, because in the night it's very good to see the road, of course, because during the day you have a sun, you don't need the lights, but during night you don't have sun, so you need proper lights obviously. And these can also cut out even better than the multi-beams. You can see also these blue elements here. They have 1.3 million micromirrors, which is like unbelievable in one light, so 2.6 million micromirrors. It's even difficult to imagine, but the result is that the cutout of the cars, etc. For example, here is the car, it can light here and here on full beam, and also ongoing traffic, so it's fantastic. I tried it during night and it's amazing. Of course, it can also do like zebra crossings with lights on the road, also construction symbols, but this is not allowed in my country, so I cannot test it. Maybe in different country we'll see. But even if it's not allowed, these like symbols, it can cut out same as multi-beam, so I highly recommend digital lights. They also look better from the outside, because if you have these high performance LED lights, then you have these like this part which is not as good looking. So if you have these two parts, I think it looks much better visually if you are looking at the car, and of course during night if you look on the road it looks also better. So overall it looks better. So polar white, as I said, not metallic gloss white. Standard pay, we can say. We don't have these metallic flicks. You can also get opalite white, which is new paint on the C-Class. That I filmed in another video, so that will come. And on the CLA you can get digital light, which is a little bit darker than the opalite white. So it's like light silver, still it's light, but it's darker, if it makes sense, on the CLA. Both of these colors, metallics, are fantastic. The opalite one is Designo, so like special paint, and you have many more paints like red, blue, hyacinth red, spectral blue, which is new color. So in terms of the size, we can check. I will put on the screen exact size, also in the inches, feet. I lined up the cars exactly so they are at the same level in the front. I did that like few times forwards, backwards, so you can see they are lined up perfectly. Maybe not to the millimeter, but hopefully to the half of an inch, 1 centimeter exact on the front. And at the rear, let's check now how wide it is by my own eyes, and on the camera how it looks wide. So the C-Class looks pretty wide, but the CLA also looks wide to my eyes, so I will put the exact measurements on the screen. To my eyes the C-Class looks a little bit wider, but not much, so a little bit yes, but not much. Overall you can see that CLA goes more down to the ground, like the front part of the vehicle, and the C-Class is a little bit the front part is a little bit taller. As you can see here, this part here, where is this small Mercedes badge, is higher than on the CLA, definitely. So that's also a differentiation. So yeah, both of these have night package. So the black part here is in a high gloss black, this part in the front bumper, and also the mirrors, as you can see, and window trim around the windows is in high gloss black. And also if you are looking here, you can see that the whole cabin is more towards the back in the C-Class, because the front is exactly the same, but the mirrors, you can see one is here and one mirror is here, so it's like huge difference, like, yeah, huge difference. I would say like 17 centimeters. You can see here ends the CLA mirror, and here basically even more far away starts the mirror for the C Class. So the whole C Class has this cup backwards design, which in comparison with the previous C Class is even far back with the design of the car. So the front part is longer than on the W205, the previous generation of the C Class, and here it's more back. So as you can see, also the bonnet, the hood is longer on the C Class. You can see it ends here and the CLA ends there. Also the sloping roof on the C Class is more sloped. In terms of the height, they are about the same. Maybe is a little bit different. Maybe the C Class is a little bit lower. I will put it on the screen, but if you look like with your own eyes, they are the same. More or less, a little bit the C Class is lower. So now we can check out the wheels, although you can get a lot of different sizes. These are 19-inch to 25, 40, 19, Pirelli P0. And at the rear we have 255, 35, 90, so wider at the rear for rear-wheel drive. So the C Class is rear-wheel drive and the CLA is front-wheel drive, so also there's a huge difference. These are two different platforms. The C Class is on the MRA2 platform, the new rear-wheel drive platform. The CLA is on MFA, so on the front-wheel drive platform. Still, it's good. I drive the A Class every day and it's a good car, but the C Class is even better. It's more stable, and overall you can feel that it's a larger car, it's more stable. Alright, so now we can take a look at the rear. So here at the rear you can see none of these cars have a rear wiper, because the sedans don't really have it, and also the coupes. Only hatchback, SUVs and cars like these have a rear wiper, but that's not as important as the look of the tail lamps. So you can see quite a difference in the tail lamps. So the C Class has this new style. One LED bar is light up here, and the CLA has this design where you have also like two LED. You can see here this is light up, and you can see one around it light here. So as you can see, these exhaust tips have different design on the CLA and also on the C Class. On the CLA they are more like this aerodynamic style, and on the C Class they are more squared. Also they stick out more on the C Class than on the CLA. And in terms of the badges, on the CLA you have the badge under the light. Also there, if you have 4MATIC version, it will be there under the light, and on the C Class you have it above the light. Also the number plate would be here. On the trunk door there will be number plate, and on the CLA it will be on the bumper, not on the trunk door. So that's also a difference. So the badges are above the lights on the C Class, and engine variants are on the left side, 4MATIC on the right side if you have it. In terms of AMG is a little bit different. Here we have C200 1.5 liter engine and CLA 180D. So in update, the 180D is 2 liter diesel engine, but before update, like internal update of the model years, not facelift, because the CLA didn't have facelift, this is new generation. Before that, the 180D is 1.5 liter. So you need to check if you are curious about this engine, which if you are buying, so you know, one is 1.5 and the newer one is 2.0 liter. Same which is in 200D and 220D. C180 and C200 they have also 1.5 liter petrol engine, and then C300 has the 2.0 liter petrol engine. Also in terms of the length, the C Class looks longer definitely. So if you are looking here, you can see that the C Class ends here and the CLA is shorter. So now I'm looking straight. It's significant difference, I would say, but again, you need to have them side by side to see that. Overall, definitely the C Class looks like a larger vehicle, and it is a larger vehicle, definitely. So yeah, I think that's it in terms of the outside comparison. We can check out also because the difference is in the engine. Alright, so now let's take a look at the engine base, and what I want to show you is not really the engine but also the engine. So here we have diesel engine for the CLA, and here we have the C Class engine. So what is difference? Maybe you cannot really see it, but the difference is that the engine here is mounted in the way that it is longitudinal with the vehicle, with the center of the vehicle. So that's usually with rear-wheel drive vehicles. You can also see it here. So they are like inline, these cylinders. So this is 4-cylinder engine, and here you can see like 4 cylinders are in this transverse design. So the engine is like in the CLA is like this, but in the C Class is like this. So this is a transverse, and this is longitudinal mount of the engine. So this is diesel engine, and this one is petrol. So you can get them. You can get this in diesel. You can get this in petrol. Plug-in hybrid. Also, this can be plug-in hybrid. So not really going to. This is not video about engines, but just the mount of the engine I wanted to show you. That is different. So yeah, really great design in my opinion. Also on the CLA we can check out wheels. So here we have the 225, 45, 18, but also you can get 19-inch if you wish so, and the same size is on the rear. And here we have Continental tires. Front wheels are more or less in the same place, but the rear wheels, you can check that as well. That's interesting. So the rear wheels on the C Class are more far in the back. So in the CLA, the center of the wheel, so the end of the rear axle is here, and with the C Class it's here. So you can see a huge difference in the wheelbase, at least what I can see with my own eyes. I will put on the screen the exact measurements according to the data. Alright guys, so here in the new C Class we have all new design. So new steering wheel, AMG line Super Sport. Also the driver display is new. It's basically the same as in the S Class, but here we don't have the 3D function, but that's only like differentiation. 12.3-inch screen is the larger one here, and 11.9 is this portrait vertical display. This one is touchscreen, and you have this like shape in the middle tunnel. Also the whole dash is turned 6 degrees towards you as a driver, and also these controls are new, touch controls from the S Class. We have here heated seats, you can have ventilated memory seats, like very similar to the S Class. Also this floating panel, also here in the middle, everything is very similar to the S Class. Also the finish and like build quality is very similar to S Class. Of course it's not the same, but it's similar, that's the point. Also the price is not the same as S Class, so that's the point of this model. It's like a baby S Class essentially, and it's a very good car. Also we have these new seats, and these have actually Artico leather, which is man-made leather, and here we have the Dynamica, which is like Alcantara material. Also we have here folded seats, so I wanted to show you how this looks with folded seats, and then we can unfold them. So you can see here also the Artico leather has better quality than in the CLA. The new I think this is new Artico, because it has, you can see, it's like it's very good quality actually. And also this is very good also in winter, and in summer it's not as hot as leather. So I really actually like this combination. I would totally get it. I have the same combination but with older Artico leather. the same as is in the CLA in my A class, so really good. They are also holding up great after 2 years, no wear and tear, so really good quality. Also, you can check out 5 hidden features of the C Class, and you will see in my video that you have this like hidden button here where you can move the headrest here. Also the design here, you can choose different design than the piano black, so you have this like, yeah, it's like metallic pattern is different than piano black. So essentially, yeah, you have also new vents which have these like clicky sound, so really great. I really enjoy new C Class, and it's a more comfortable car definitely. Also we have these new horizontal pads on the steering wheel, largest MB star on the steering wheel ever, so really fantastic. It's a little bit more thick. Some people said they prefer thinner steering wheel. To me, I prefer the thicker steering wheel, but depends on the individual preferences. So this is touchscreen. I think I showed it in previous videos, but there is also one video coming where I showed that even longer with Opalite White C Class. And we have this armrest here with USB-C port. Actually, you have 2 USB-C ports. Also you have more USB-C ports here. So one here, cup holders where charging for your phone is there. Here is also other storage. So really good. And this part for the AC stays always the same, and here you have dynamic for like different driving modes. So you have Sport, Sport Plus, Comfort, Eco and individual mode. So essentially 5 modes. And also we have Parktronic for parking camera, so that's also new from the C Class. So really amazing what they did actually here with the C Class, in my opinion. Also I thought that there's some weird sound from the car, but it's not. Someone is just cutting the grass here. I thought like it's something weird with the engine, but no, it's like the guy is cutting the grass. So yeah, the pedals actually are the same, the accelerator and brake pedal, aluminum with rubber dots, the same as in the CLA. Also if you press here 1, it will go, my seat moves forward to my driving position, also the steering wheel. Also the stalks here for the transmission and wipers, and for the signals here are from the S Class, and yeah, they have new design. Also the shift pedals, so overall amazing design in the new C Class. And here I just wanted to show you how this looks with the folded rear seats. So the trunk here is connected with like little hump, but it's smooth, so little hump, but it's alright. And this is how it looks with normal sitting position. So let's jump inside. So here in the C Class we have 3 centimeters more in the rear than in the previous generation, so generous space I would say, no issue, comfortable here. Also depends on the driver how it has incline or decline of the of this backrest. So in my case I have 186-87 centimeters, 6 feet, and a little bit more than 1 inch is my height, and I have a lot of room here, as you can see, no issue with this. Also we have this armrest, which you have new style. Here you can put your phone. If you press 1 more time, you have these 2 hidden cup holders. You can put 2 arms here, and it's comfortable for 2 people definitely, but you can sit, but 3 people can sit here if necessary, but it's more comfortable for 2 people, but that's the same as in the CLA. Also here you can see you can hide the buckle part of the seat here, so it's really good design. Also ISOFIX there, ambient lighting also, and you can also get the heated seats as an optional extra also for the rear passengers. Here you can see vents, and you have also some storage space. Also here you have also another storage space, And this is how the front looks from the rear of the new C Class. Let me know what you think about this design, guys. Alright guys, in terms of the headroom, I have, I would say, quite enough space actually. Like 2-3, I would say 2 inches, 6 centimeters definitely. So lots of headroom, which you have less headroom in the rear for my height in the CLA, which you will see shortly. And in terms of my arm, I have it placed here comfortably. Also shoulder room is like, it's good here, so it's comfortable for me definitely. Also the ceiling here can be in black, so I would prefer that personally, but you can choose this bright. This is like a gray ceiling, so I would prefer black. But also this car doesn't have panoramic sunroof, but you can get the sunroof, which is a panoramic, so that's also looking very good. So yeah, a lot of options here in the C Class. So overall, yeah, fantastic car. Also spacious in the rear. Alright guys, so now let's check the boot capacity here of the CLA. So I will put the liters and cubic feet on the screen. To my eyes it's quite large. You would place many stuff here. Opening is similar as in the C Class, we can open it here. This boot can be automatic here in the C Class. I have here my backpack and also tripod. So I would say they are like even the same, maybe even the CLA is larger. It's difficult to say based on the looks. They are about the same, slight difference in between the trunks. Also the openings are the same, as you can see, the same size. If you need more, then you need estate car, CLA shooting brake, or the C Class estate, or then SUV if you don't have these models in your market. But I think it's sufficient for many people, but not for everybody definitely. So here I backpack. I can place it like more far away. Also I can put it like this. So yeah, quite a spacious. You can put trolley bags, duffel bags here. It's a spacious trunk, but of course not for everyone. If you have kids and the kid trolley, then it could be challenging, so I would recommend to go with the trolley to the dealership. They do that often here. They will put the trolley carefully in the trunk and see how much space do you have left. So that's also a good thing to do with the kid trolleys. The benefit of the S Class is that you can close it with button. Here CLA you need to slam it manually like this. So it's not like a huge difference, but I can tell you after I drive the automatic trunk for a while, then in my car, then I'm like, yeah, try to find the button, but it's not there. So I would recommend automatic boot. Also it's like softer closing, not slamming, but in some cars like AMG GT you have only manual trunk, so it's not about the price, it's about the construction and overall design of the car. Alright, so now let's check the interior of the CLA. This will be really quick because you saw that many times. Yeah, that's basically the reason, because you saw that. But for those which didn't see that car for some reason, here is a quick overview. So here you have AMG line steering wheel, so you can move it here manually, not electrically, as is the case with the C Class. Here you start a button and you can move that manually. Then you need to fix it. The pedals are the same. Also here you can see you have different panel for the AC, so I will just put it away from me so it's quieter. Also you can hear the engine more. This is diesel sound, but for modern diesel this is great. All the diesel cars sounded much more rough, and if you close the door you cannot even hear. Also the seats here are manual, you can have them automatic. I didn't try manual seats yet in the C Class because they come nicely loaded from the factory, and yeah, probably in the C Class you want to have these electric seats. Depends. If you drive alone, you can like set it up once. If many people try and drive your car frequently, then I would say it's better. Here you press and the AC starts working. That's why I checked, because it wasn't really cooling. It wasn't really cooling, but here now it will start to cool with this button AC. So yeah, basically you have here a smaller screen because that's the spec of this particular car, but you can get full screen for the driver. Here in the middle you have full, and then in the base you have two smaller screens. And so this is middle spec. You have one smaller, one larger screen. Then you have base spec, which are too small, and then you have full spec, which are two large displays. Depends on the market. In the US, both of these screens will be large because they don't come with smaller screens from the factory at all. So that's also a good thing about that. But you can spec it out. It comes in the premium package, these displays, and in Premium Plus, and you can spec it even individually here in Europe right now. So ambient lighting is a little bit different. Also the vents, the doors, everything is basically different. Also this tunnel here, in the C Class it was shaped like this, and here it's like free space. You have only this. That's also because of the engine and also overall design. So if you sit, then you have this different design. You have more space here essentially, and here under this roll you have two cup holders. Here you can have wireless charging for a phone, towel socket, USB-C port. So these are extendable for the cup holders. You have touchpad here, which you can control the display with some shortcut buttons. This is to place your palm for ergonomics. Here you can see you have USB-C ports for the armrest. Seats are also different. As I said, the Artico leather here, it's a little bit less soft than in the C Class, and also it's like this there's this like pebbled design which is on the leather, so also good, but I feel that in the C Class it's more soft. It feels more like a leather in the C Class. The microfiber, the Dynamica is the same. The Alcantara material is the same in the both. Very minimal difference. I think you can feel difference only in the leather. This is the same, and leather is better in the C Class, definitely. In terms of the comfort, they are both good. In the CLA you have this integrated headrest, which is very sporty, so I really like that actually. Also, we don't have here the panoramic roof. Really great design here for the CLA, that you have a black ceiling, and also this roof part is different than in the C Class. So both of these cars are stunning, so really wonderful. And here you can see the rear seats. They have also integrated headrest. If I jump inside, I can feel that I'm more like so if I close the door and I'm inside, I have less room for my knees, definitely, than in the C Class. Shortly we'll see that I don't really have headspace in this car. So this is in the rear. It's for people which are less tall than me, or maximum tall as me, I would say. So overall great. In A-Class hatchback you have more headroom, definitely, but here you have this design that you have sloping roof, so you can also hide it here. Here you can also have this headrest, but this car doesn't have it. It's optional extra, and this is how it looks from the front. This is the compact A-Class CLA. It's the same design for these cars. My head is touching the ceiling, so I cannot drive like this because my head would be constantly, I don't have even millimeter left, so my head is touching the ceiling. So I would need to go like forward with my knees. Then I have some room here, so I don't hit my head when I'm passenger here, when I'm the passenger here. So overall, it's possible for my height. I can like move forward with my knees, but in C Class I have absolutely more room, definitely, no question about that. So if you are planning to carry tall passengers, I will recommend C Class for that, definitely. It's huge difference. So in terms of the shoulder room, it's less. I can feel that it's doable in terms of the shoulder room, and also my head is comfortable here. So only issue here would be the headroom for my height, and As I said, my height 186, 87 centimeters, 6 feet, a little bit more than 1 inch.